book. I'm creating a series. I'm going around the country interviewing people who have read my book. It's already made it to #1 on Amazon. It's called Only Broken Seeds Grow. Well, hey everybody. Some of you don't know me. My name is Steve Ames. I have authored and I've also offered a few books. And I'm with a very special guest today. And I'm going to ask him a question or two in just a moment. And this is about my book. I'm creating a series. I'm going around the country interviewing people who have read my book. It's already made it to #1 on Amazon. It's called Only Broken Seeds Grow. And also have a channel in Spanish, solo semillas quebradas crecen, but we'll talk more about that at a different time. But today I have a very special guest. He's been a friend of mine. We go back quite a number of years. Met at a real estate seminar in Des Moines 12 or 14 years ago. And Fred, I want you to tell us who you are, but he has read all of my books. But this one is concentrating on Only Broken Seeds Grow. And I just said to him a couple minutes ago before he turned the camera on, it's a little bit about the good, the bad, and the ugly, my childhood up through adolescence. And it's a memoir. Mostly the stories take place in north central Iowa and in and around the little towns of Union and Whitten. And Fred, tell us who you are. What's your name?
I'm Fred Rhodes.
Okay, and we happen to be in Newton, Iowa, by the way, which is probably neither here nor there. But Fred, I'm going to just ask you to comment about my book, Only Broken Seeds Grow. You can do the good, the bad, the ugly. You can do a little bit of all or whatever you want to do.
Okay. Well, you know, I sit down and I read that book, and I know that you and I had talked about some of these things in the past, and we talked about some of the problems that you'd had. And, you know, as I read through the book, I've dealt with so many people. They allow the problems in their life to shape the rest of their life. And of course, this is one of the things that I find that stands out about Steve. You know, as you read the book, you look at some of the physical problems that he had with speech. You had, you know, hearing, colorblindness. You had being able to understand what he was reading and be able to
dealing
deal
with a
that.
Control freak father.
Yeah,
very difficult.
And all of that was in the setting of, he had poverty, which was a pretty bad situation. He had an overbearing father that was abusive, and instead of giving him encouragement and encourage him to go forward, the whole thing was, you're no good and you're not going to amount to anything. But Steve has overcome. I've been very proud to have him as a friend and as a mentor that we can work together. And so I appreciate him very much. And I hope that this book will help a lot of people to say, you know what, it doesn't matter where I've been. What matters is where I'm going from here. And I think that is the big message of the book. And I appreciate you, Steve, for writing that.
Yep. Well, thank you very much. Thank you for your comments. Yeah, about overcoming. I was, excuse me, get a little emotional now and then. I was pretty much in the basement of life, and I didn't have any other way to go but up. And I could have I had two options. I could have just lined up for freebies and lived off the government and walked around feeling sorry for myself. Or I could have tried to do something about my life and set some goals and try to overcome. And this book is thoroughly about overcoming.
It definitely is.
And I appreciate your comments. Thank you very, very much. If there's any last thing, we've got a minute or so left, Fred. If there's anything else you might want to say about the book. You said you didn't have a particular favorite story.
No,
but they all are very impactful in some way.
Yes. I mean, I sat down and it was two settings. I read the book, which is normally it takes me quite a while to read a book. But this one was very eventful. It was very interesting and compelling to continue to look and to recognize that, you know, you have all these problems, but life can be good. It's all in what you make it. And Steve decided he was going to make his good, and he was going to rise above. And I am so proud to have him as a friend, because I think that's the way we need to look at life. We need to go and not allow the past to determine the future, but determine that we're going to make a good future.
Well, thank you very much. And the book, the way I see it, we're all broken seeds, Fred. When I was a little boy, I thought I was the only broken seed, that everybody else didn't suffer, but we've all suffered, we've all felt pain. And I didn't see that till after I became a young adult. But we all are broken seeds in some way. My seed was a little more broken down than most people's. Had a lot of genetic defects and very serious problems at home. A super dysfunctional family that I came from, and the list goes on and on. You know all about that. But so I encourage you to pick the book up. I'm available on Barnes & Noble, Amazon, and most of the other outlets that are known to be. And hope you enjoy it. And Fred told me one time, you told me that you couldn't put the book down. I called you were halfway done with it.
Yep.
I don't know if you had reached a stopping point yet, but he told me in a phone conversation, Steve, I can't put this book down.
Yep. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
So thank you very much, Fred, and we'll see you again sometime soon.
Okay.
And I am available. This will be on my YouTube channel. And so I'll have quite a number of interviews like this and many other very, very good things for you, and all pertaining to the book, Only Broken Seeds Grow. Thank you very much. See you next time. Bye-bye.